You got weeds?
Oh, I got weeds.
You got the stuff that lasts up to 5 months?
Yeah, not really. Oh!
One Up Weeds with Spectracide One Shot. You got the stuff that lasts up to 5 months?
Yeah, not really. Oh!
One Up Weeds with Spectracide One Shot. You got the stuff that lasts up to 5 months?
Yeah, not really. Oh!
One Up Weeds with Spectracide One Shot. You got the stuff that lasts up to 5 months?
Yeah, not really. Oh!
One Up Weeds with Spectracide One Shot. You got the stuff that lasts up to 5 months?
Yeah, not really. Oh!
One Up Weeds with Spectracide One Shot. You got the stuff that lasts up to 5 months?
Yeah, not really. Oh!
One Up Weeds with Spectracide One Shot. You got the stuff that lasts up to 5 months?
Yeah, not really. Oh!
One Up Weeds with Spectracide One Shot. You got the stuff that lasts up to 5 months?
Yeah, not really. Oh!
One Up Weeds with Spectracide One Shot. You got the stuff that lasts up to 5 months?
Yeah, not really. Oh!
One Up Weeds with Spectracide One Shot. You got the stuff that lasts up to 5 months?
Yeah, not really. Oh!
One Up Weeds with Spectracide One Shot. You got the stuff that lasts up to 5 months?
Yeah, not really. Oh!
One Up Weeds with Spectracide One Shot. You got the stuff that lasts up to 5 months?
Yeah, not really. Oh!
One Up Weeds with Spectracide One Shot. You got the stuff that lasts up to 5 months?
Yeah, not really. Oh!
One Up Weeds with Spectracide One Shot. You got the stuff that lasts up to 5 months?
Yeah, not really. Oh!
One Up Weeds with Spectracide One Shot. You got the stuff that lasts up to 5 months?
Yeah, not really. Oh!
One Up Weeds with Spectracide One Shot. You got the stuff that lasts up to 5.
Made the Ferrari slide on the 91. 105, press the gas in the slower zone. I like PJ so much, I might buy me one. Suicide on the Phantom, I slide the door. Remaining silent, ain't changing no code. I ain't got no time to be chasing no. Ain't got no time to be playing this safe, no. Slide out the garage. I got 100 cars. I want them gold wraps. Printed up double R. Going on my receipts. Slimmers warming up my feet. I know I wasn't four. Star, but I'm 3. I made it out of jump. God, still dying in the P. My family.
Hello, hello, what is going on, guys? Welcome to the Moose Racing League. Today we're racing in the great place of Japan. Personally, one of my more favorable tracks. As they are just about to start their qualifying. Look at the map here. All the tracks in the world. Racing at Japan, the Suzuka International Racing Course. Big downforce track. All about the downforce. Speed trap right there in the middle, which is also your DRS detection zone. 18 turns, 40 meters of evolution change. Or not evolution. Oh my lord. Yeah, you know what I mean. Anyways, here's your construction champion. As Ferrari has extended the lead from 10 to 19. We have our driver's champ, each extending the lead on MB Jacobson. And yeah, got some guys making their way. Ferrari made a big leap last week with 25. And here we are. As Zeech and Ted are our first two out the gates, putting in their out lap. As I have everything all sorts of discombobulated. Get everything going here. Hope everyone's doing great. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon from wherever you are. People from across the world. Howdy, MRK. Welcome. I believe you're in here. Hopefully you're in here. Need stats. I was a big stat guy when I raced. Cared about all my stats, my fast laps, my consistency. All about consistency. Zeech is getting close to getting us started with our first lap here. DRS zone in the front straight, across the front, across the start-finish line. Beautiful line from Zeech. Could be a little tighter on that corner. A little bit of traffic in front of him. Could help him or hurt him, depends how he plays it. In the background doing the data, someone's got to be. As that's definitely a way to get out of somebody's way. Appreciate that. So much battery on this track. Probably the best battery saving track. As Zeech is putting on a steamer early. Worst part about Japan is probably your chance to pass. Very, very important to qualify high and qualify high early. Make your moves early. Because when it comes to the grid time, got 5 laps to go, you're trying to make up 2 or 3 spots. Can be troublesome. Zeech, wow, using all the track there. Nice long straight, burning all the battery. Gas light blinking. perfect sector 3. Well, first lap, so would be a great, or sector 2, excuse me. Comes through the chicane here. Get on the gas. No spinning. Using what he's got left. DRS up. Keeping it tight. 128 even. It's a nice first lap to start with. As I believe Ted is our second man, as he's invalidated. Looks like everybody, if not, almost everybody is out on track. Trying to put down a lap here. So our next is probably going to be Newbie. Oh, my mistake. Drake and Shamrock with a 128.5. Solid banker lap start. Yeah, 120 even is definitely fast. I mean, it is Zeech. We do expect some top tier times from Zeech. But there's also other guys that can put up some pretty good times. Newbie with a 128 even as well. 4 10,000ths. Or 4,000, sorry. We have great lap by Newbie. Glad to see him back, see him racing. One of my favorite guys to watch. Him and Zeech. So right now, 120 even is the mark. Newbie has so far contested it. But the back half, putting up some solid banker times. Even, you know, just putting an 8 lap down. But there's a lot of traffic here. A lot of people are going to be getting up and out of the way. It's going to be hard here to not deal with traffic. Especially that big cluster we got here at Sector 1 into Sector 2. Is Border X, man. 128. Forward. Solid lap. I like these lap times. All looking pretty good, looking pretty fast. A lot of the guys are just putting down bankers, even though they messed up a couple corners. Just trying to feel it out. Trying to get those laps in. As we have somebody... Oh, just Norm Bash, just getting out of ways. Tier 2 is really fun this season. Yeah, definitely. I feel like it's not as apparent as like a one bunch, two bunch type thing. It's more of a one bunch, and then the second bunch is kind of scattered because people are struggling to keep up with that one bunch. But yeah, usually there's a good pile in the front of the track. Usually 8 to 10 guys. Just depends what the strategy is. Usually the strategy, once we see the strategy and see them pit, that's usually when we can tell that tell if it's going to be a tight or if it's going to be a little more spread out field. Oh, we got MB Jacobson. Who else is out right now? MB Jacobson, the Bomber. Welcome, the Bomber. I assume you're a reserve, but curious to see what he'll do. Marmo, who is just now putting a lap in, he'll be fast. I mean, all these guys are fast. Just depends how well you know the track and how comfortable you are pushing that track. Some guys are fast on the qualifying, like Zeech, who can put down those one-lap steamers that are really hard to compete with, and other guys like me who don't put down very good steamers but can be consistent. I feel like it's one of those tracks that's more about being consistent, but also you need to have that fast qualifying lap. We don't have a full, 60, 70 laps to make up and play more strategically. Dry race. Man, I was really hoping for a wet race. Wet races are my favorite. Nothing can beat a good old-fashioned wet race. Testaros starting his lap. And MB Jacobson putting up a... Whoa, excuse me. Hello. The Bomber in the wall. I don't believe there is a... Yeah, he did lose an end plate. He did find the wall. Before I was distracted. MB Jacobson will in 28.5. As Omarmo comes across the line with a 130. Not his best, but he also has a boatload of battery. Just trying to feel that track out. The early stages of qualifying. Or maybe he's doubling. He's pushing pretty hard. It looks like he's doubling. He's the only one who I know who likes a wet race. I like the sliding and gliding. I don't know, that's just... Okay. Omarmo taking a little shortcut there. As Border X-Man doubled down. Put a 128.047. Wow. Puts him up in the top two. Nice and snug there between Oizich and Newbie. Heck of a lap by you, sir. As we have, I believe, a Racing Bull coming through. If I can find him. Sean Tilla. Out on his out lap. Waiting a little later. Maybe he might use a pair of softs later down the road. Or he's just like me and just like, keep one in the back pocket. Might not use it this race, might not use it ever. But it's good to have one. As Testarossa, 130 even, or 130 and a half. 0.6. However specific you want to be. As we have a lot of guys out on track. It's hard to keep up. So many people putting in laps, it's really hard to keep up. As Omarmo does have plenty of fuel. Yeah, you're gonna let those tires take a rest. Oh, there's so many people coming out on track. Has Zeech... Thought that was Zeech. It was not Zeech coming in the pit lane. As we have a Border X-Men finally coming in. Putting on a new set of softs. Looks like Zeech is the next one here on his out lap. I'm curious to see how fast we can get. I feel like these guys are... I feel like we could see some as low as 127 even. But I feel like 127 is a great place to be. But again, these guys, most guys' first laps. Feeling the track. That's all that matters here. As I say that, Newbie puts down a 127.9. Again, improving on what was already a very fast lap. Let's see if Zeke can put a dent in it here. Using a fair amount of battery. Probably going to end up using a lot more battery here on the back stretch and have a little bit at the chicane. Should have enough battery. Let's see if he gets off it here. Staying on the hot lap. Not concerning himself at all. Smooth chicane. Battery open. DRS right behind it. Keeping it tight. 127.7. Massive lap by Zeech. A beautiful lap by Zeech. Again, improving on what was already a tremendously fast lap. Without a toe. Makes it even more impressive. As we have John does work. Looks like he must have been validated. Or maybe he's going to start on this next lap. If he has enough battery. Baby in it. Does not have enough. Or, not battery, fuel. As Ted looks like he's also babying the car. Or warming the tires. Either or. Letting her eat. As he's also coming in. I think pole will be 27.5. Yeah, I see that. Probably between Border X-Men, Zeech, and Newbie. Personally, I think will be your top guys. As Striker starting his lap. Excuse me. Finding time to improve on his 137.7. Should be pretty easy for him. Just got to keep it on track. He's automatically going to gain some better time. As we have people going off track for him. MRK says he thinks it'll be Zeech. I don't know if Zeech can improve on a 27.7. I mean, his first lap was kind of a slack. You know, I'm just trying to put a time down. But, I don't know. Zeech scares me. He scares me with how much he can do. That's what scares me. No, but I think Newbie. I might be a little biased towards Newbie because I raced with Newbie. Well, not with, but I raced against Newbie, and he was scary fast then. And I assume he's still track improvement. You have a valid point. I mean, obviously we've seen it's been getting better every minute. As Normbesh coming across the line, he increases. Gets out of that 129, comes up to 128, 7/10 improvement by him. Good job by him. As we have the bomber coming in. Maybe. Nope. Got 3 minutes. You got time to get a pit stop down. Who else coming across? Normbash just finished his. Striker is the one currently working on his lap. 130. 7 seconds. 7-second increase. Now, that'll probably be his... No, he's got time. He's got time to get back around. It's going to be close, but he's got time if he pushes. Keeps the battery on. As Drunken Shamrock just started his. John does work on his outlap. Normbash, I believe, just completed his. I think he's doubling down. Not sure, though. A lot of guys coming out. Marmo just started his lap. Striker is either coming in, looks like coming in. Testarossa is on his lap. Just started. Bordex been going back out. Working on his lap as well. So, Borderex. Striker's pushing. I believe he's going to come in. Fanatic starting at the back. Understood. A lot of traffic here. Lots of traffic. Hopefully Border X-Man can put down a 127. Not sure how well he's improved so far. But the fact that his battery's down to nothing, he thinks he can make this up and not just get across the line. Oh, okay. He's rushing to get in. I don't know if he's got enough time, but as we have somebody coming through. The JDW or is that his teammate? Must have been his teammate, Dead Body. Oh, Dead Body Man's starting his lap. As there is a Merc coming across. I believe Testarossa improved. I don't know. I was not paying attention. Per usual. JDW. Sean Tilla coming in. Doubling. Get those tires nice and warm. Or he's on his outlap tire. Sorry, excuse me. As here comes all the cars. Highlander car. Merc. Holy Lord, look at all of them. This will be interesting. This will be interesting. If you're in the back, like Newbie is, this could be the best thing for you. It could be the worst thing for you. If you get close enough, you have a chance to enjoy that nice dirty air with a little bit of tow through the DRS zone, but it really don't matter. DRS zone don't really matter here in quali. So everybody is out. Normbash, Border X-Men, and Striker will not put in another lap. As somebody just came across. I believe it's JDW. 128.4. Big lap by him. As the bomber has jumped. Clay Buckets. A lot of people coming in. Marmo 128.008. He jumps up there in third. Taking the spot from Border X-Men. Great quality lap by him. As one of the Mercs are coming in. Testarossa. who must have finished his lap on the last run. Sean Tilla coming in. I expect a good lap from him. 27. Oof. 1/10. 1/10. Extend the gap a little bit there between Snoopy. Andy Jacobson jumps up to 6th. As Ted comes across, no improvement there. So many people coming through. As Newbie. There it is. 127.5. That's Newbie. Zeech retires in the pits. JDW looks like last one on. JDW and the Bomber. Bomber's on fresh tires. But he doesn't look like he does improve. 7/10. Jumps him up a couple spots. JDW just gotta finish this out. It says Jim Just Rage is still in the pits, which I assume that's a glitch. But yeah, according to my insider source, it's gonna be a dry track, dry race. Really like a little mix, to be honest, personally. A little mix, a little wet in the front half, a little wet in the back half, maybe. Love to see the strategy of how early you want to pit. But yeah. Here is your top 18. Newbie, Zeech, Omarmo, Border X-Men, Sean Tilla, Snoopy, MB Jacobson, JDW, Drunken Shamrock, Norm Bash, Jim Just Raged, Ted, the Bomber, Dead Man, Dead Body Man, Testarossa, Clay Bucket Striker, and a Fanatic rounding us off here in the back end. I got the time right, but wrong driver. Hey, I'd say it's like 80% of it is just getting the time right. But yeah, that is where we are. Jump back into the stats real quick. Zeech leading us off. MB Jacobson. And then a 48-point gap between second and third. But Omarmo had a big win last week. That jumped him up a couple places there in front of the Racing Bulls. And his teammate's not too far behind him. Only about 22 points behind. Not bad. But yeah, very, very top heavy, which is alright. He'll swing back around. Team constructors, we got Ferrari leading us off with, obviously, if we look back here. Zeech with 122 points and 140 points as a constructor. So yeah, Zeech might end up beating every other team by himself, which is crazy. So yeah, that is where we're at. Waiting for the setups. Making a little adjustments maybe. Debating on what they're going to do. If I was them, I would do... like I said, same thing as usual. Front half probably run mediums as Newbie runs the hards, which I don't know if he's... Oh, Newbie switched to the mediums. A lot of medium runners. As Clay Bucket's on sauce. Hopefully he's just adjusting, because that would be awkward. Yeah, mediums and hards. I'm surprised Zeech isn't going with a hard like he did last week. Worked out great for him, but just had one too many brown pants moments and costed him. It's alright. As we are still waiting around. People debating on if we're going to be that guy. I'm interested to see if Clay Bucket sticks with the soft. Kind of thinking, maybe he's thinking that he's going to get an early safety car. Get maybe 3 or 4 laps on those softs. Get a couple places, get 5 or 6 places. And then, oh, Testarossa. Going on softs. Unless they're going some crazy strategy. But medium hard is taking over this game. Hard medium, whichever direction you go. If I'm in the back, I'd run the hards. There's got 3, 4, 5 lights. And we're off. As there's a lot of movement back here. Going too wide in turn 1. Newbie and Zeech fighting. As we got somebody going wide. I think it was a Mert going wide. We got a lot of wide traffic here going on turn 1. Everybody's back on track. No safety cars. Keeping it clean. Zeech takes over that first place spot. That pole position for a moment. As, yeah, this is... Let's check in on position changes. There's your possible 2-stop, soft, medium, or hard, soft, medium. As Clay Bucks just got a severe penalty. What just happened? What in the world just happened? Who did he collide with? What just happened? I seen there was a collision. With Jim just raged. Severe collision. As... Wow. Jim just rage dropped. Looks like he's alright. Or is he missing a... No, he looks like he's alright. That was, yeah, that was interesting. So we have a safety car early. Or a virtual safety car, excuse me. Back racing. Zeech with a half-second gap. Taking it on up. As your biggest winner through turn 1, or through lap 1, is Ted and Stricker. Your biggest loser so far has been Jim Just Raged. But that might have been a little bit of help from some contact. As Zeech gets started. As we have a caution in the back. As maybe... I don't know what happened there. I assume Fnatic probably has wing damage since he's coming so far. But so far, 1 and 2 have driven away from the field. No regards for human life. Fully expected this to happen if it was going to happen. I figured it would be Zeech and Newbie. But yeah. This is your lineup here so far. We got Fnatic pitting on the hards. Sean Tilla on the hards. Jim Just Rage on the hards. 1 through 8 on the medium. There's a lot. Here's your possible race strategies here. Again, don't know why it popped up again. I don't know why I said soft, hard last time, but yeah, hard, soft, medium. Because this track will chew your tires up. All these curves. Chew it all up. Waiting to see how Newbie and Zeech, what they're gonna do. If they're gonna play the DRS game and just tow each other, break the field maybe. Might help if I have everything on. Dips his nose around the inside. Big whip by Newbie. Hopefully he gets back on track. Now he's above. Oh. Got that time back down. Kind of curious. Lots of battery. All I want to do is stick his nose in there, make him think he's there. But it looks like Newbie has a lot lower downforce. He is dragging him through Sector 1. As Ted is dropping. Don't know if he got the door slammed on him or what. But he dropped a lot. 5 or 6 places at least. Probably a big shunt. But yeah, so far the... Actually... Whatever... I don't know what Zeech is running. But somehow the field managed to catch up. It was 1.4 to Omarmo. And Newbie was... excuse me. Was 5/10 behind Zeech. So Omarmo's caught up significantly. I don't know if Zeech is... Don't know if he's not running a low downforce or what his setup is, or maybe he's just, I don't know. But now the field's all back together, except from 11th place on. As Sean Tilla gets the pass done on Norm Bash. On the hearts too, even more impressive. It's a big gap. Chantel thinks he can close the gap, help drag the field back together. Yeah, I don't know. Newbie is dragging Zeech in sector 1. I don't know how. Don't know if it's a setup thing. But Omarmo is just going to sit behind. Get involved maybe a little bit. Keep his nose up there. Maybe if Newbie has another incident, that Omarmo can slide up in there. But yeah, this is a very heavy driver's track. You don't have your 2 DRS zones. You don't have your big two DRS zones. You gotta hit every corner perfectly. 18 turns, gotta hit them all. There's Drunken Chairmarks making a move. Holy. Showing up the inside. Doesn't stick with it. Just letting you know, hey, I'm here. Make you think about it. So he is all over that back end of that Ferrari. Looking at his chance. His light's on. He's letting him through. Keeps it tight on the inside. Makes the move stick. Norbash still sticking around. Looks like Norbash is starting to preserve a little bit of fuel there. As Stryker's looking in on Ted. Got a little bit of grass there. He just doesn't have much battery to stay with Ted. Let's see if he does. Yeah, doesn't have a very good exit. As we have a gosh, hello. Sean Tilla has introduced himself to the barricade. Hopefully that is just oh, he has no end plate. That could be an issue. That'll be rough around here. You're gonna have to get that taken care of ASAP. It is not gonna be a fun time if you don't have it. As Zeech looks like he's starting to pull away now. Just managing the battery well. Taking care of business. Get the field behind you. No need to be erratic here. Just gotta defend hard in the DRS zone. Make sure the pass can't be completed. Run the weird, awkward lines. Try to take away as much tow as he can. Burn a little battery. Newbie looking inside again. Doesn't do it. I think I just lagged out. That was certainly something. As we have a caution. Sean Tilla, DNS. Hello. That's awkward. Yeah, Sean Tilla. Did he just retire in the pits? What just happened? Maybe he just said adios. I don't know. Maybe he had some underbody damage or something that he cannot make up. Hopefully it was not an incident where he felt like he was just over it. Anyways, wow, Newbie's going wide again. Gotta have a couple probably off-track ones by now. But yeah, Sean Tilla said, alright, I'm done. Probably was some underbody damage. Most likely. A lot of guys don't just quit like that unless it was absolutely outrageous. As a Newbie, wow. Man, you're gonna have to shake off the old rubber and get yourself back together, boss. Don't gotta overpush, just gotta keep in line. Marmo's also dropped back a little bit here in time. As Snoopy's looking hungry. Bomber's up on the back of Norbash. Doesn't have much battery to play with. Norbash doesn't either. Looks like a lot of these guys are just struggling to stay up. As Jim just raced, just passed Border X-Men, who is pitting. We'll see the interesting pit strategy. Holy English. English is my third language. Right behind gibberish and BS. As he puts on the medium. So we might see another set. Probably another set of mediums by Border X-Men. As we have a caution. Somebody has made a very horrible decision here. Striker. 6-lap mediums. Yeah, this track is eating people alive already. Is he missing a wing? Why is he driving so bad? Yeah, he is missing an end plate. Left end plate. Yeah, so expect a lot of traffic, a lot of pitting. Just so much of everything. Eats your tires up. You know, usually you can get mediums to 15 laps, and that's being generous. Not here. No way. No sir. I see 12 laps at the absolute most. Maybe 13, depends if you're a guy like Oizich. As Dornbash has completed the pass on the bomber. Or sorry, no, they switched. Oh baby. Battery open, DRS open. He should be able to pull away from Nornbash if he has enough. As Testarossa trying to pass, make the double pass. Doesn't make the second pass, but does get past Nornbash. Waiting for his time to shine. What a great pass by Testarossa on the 7-lap softs. Those tires have got to be screaming. Or on the verge of screaming. Great pass by both Testarossa and the bomber. Now Nornbash is going to be the guy to sit back and watch it all happen, but Dead Body Man's knocking on the rear wing of Nornbash. He might end up getting past. But I recognize a lot of people being very conservative there on that corner, where you can take it flat out. If you hit it just right, you can take it flat out. And if you're running the right setup, you can take it flat out and keep it hard to the right, and it won't lose itself. Just depends what you're running. As we'll check back in on our leader. Yep, that looks about right. Might as well check in 1 through 3. Yep. Average day at the office for those 3. Go back in, check down on Nornbash. This little group here. Everyone's keeping modest racing. There's a couple guys that are just kind of in their own wild here, like Drunken Shamrock. Kind of been on his own. And then Ted Back is all guys who've had to pit for wings, or on the softs and switching to hards, or on the soft switching to mediums, or just not having a good time at all. Well, yeah, that's where Omarmo closing the gap again. Lots of battery. 7/10 behind Newbie. As Emmy Jacobson is 6/10 behind Snoopy. But if you expect a top 5 like this, I wouldn't blame you. You guys are all fast. A couple guys like, personally, I think Border X-Men. Sean Tilla, who's unfortunately either retired or had an oopsie. Well, yeah. Curious to see who will win this. I'm not going to be that guy and pick the obvious choices. Well, I mean, I said earlier I'm a Newbie fan. Raced with Newbie. I think he has a very good chance if he can manage himself and not just straight up lose it. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I did basically a whole rework of my my streaming. So now everything should look clear, and I was just checking to make sure it does look clear for you guys. As wow, Jim just reached just past Testarossa, who is coming in for came in for sauce. I'm curious to hear what these guys' pit strategy are. I'm curious, MRK, if you're still in here. I'm curious to hear what the ideal strategy would be. But I mean, I know medium hard would be rough. It'd probably be a medium hard medium or medium hard soft. That way, you know, in the middle of your hard, if you end up having a safety car and you can hold those hards off a little longer, you can go to a soft. But yeah, I'm definitely curious on what the strategy would be. Would it be something as crazy as hard, hard, soft? You know, that sounds stupid. Or hard, soft, so hard. We'll find out. We'll see how long you guys make these last. As Newbie has, I believe, closed the gap. It should be able to get DRS here. I could be mistaken. And I am mistaken. He doesn't have much better to work with. Zeech doesn't either. Medium hard lap 10 to 12 is the fastest, I would say, unless you are bad at tire management. Alright, so I would not be running medium hard. I'd be running probably medium hard soft, because I cannot manage tires to save my life. Medium hard lap 10 to 12. Alright, well, it's lap 10. If that is the ideal strategy. As Omarmo does come in. I believe he was on... pit stops. Omarmo went from medium to hard. Yep, okay. Hard to soft, but overtake is so hard that track position is important. Yeah, you're right. Just, yeah. I feel like if you're a front end runner, you could definitely do that. Because literally, you're just defending, basically. So I'm kind of surprised nobody in the front half went hards first. But if I remember right, the mediums on this track absolutely die. Like, it's not just like, oh, a little loose there. It's, oh, I'm now around into the wall, getting a new wing, or possibly not even completing the race. That might just be me. Has Omarmo sticking his nose up in there on Ted's 10-lap mediums. Using all the battery. Doesn't quite have enough ass. As Striker, whoa, Striker retired. Did he die or did he retire? So we have a full course. It says caution. I think it's safety car. Safety car out? Yes, safety car is out. I don't know why it says caution. Kind of hoping it'd fix itself, but it's not. Shocker there. As here comes all of our pits. The front 7, front 9. All of them coming in as Zeech is having an interesting... Alright, we're lagging. That's nice. But yeah, wow. Bad timing for Omarmo? Yeah. Yeah. That's kicking the nuts. But I mean, still though. Like, it gets him up to 4th. I believe... Wasn't he like 10th? But I mean, that gets him up to 4th. It's not horrible. Bad timing? Yes. Would I say horrible timing? No. I think kind of works out for him. Got a lot of position. I mean, it's 1 lap. Depends how he manages. Back half's coming into pit. He lost position. He was P3 before safety car. Oh! I thought he dropped to like 10th once he pitted. Was he 10th when he pitted? I know he was P3, then he pitted, came out on 10th, right? So, yeah, I mean, still position. On a very treacherous track. As everybody's on the hards, except for Jim Just Rage, who's doing the... I wouldn't say alternate, but unique. Let's go with that. Unique strategy. But it's going to bring the field back together. It's going to even the playing field again. But yeah. Do. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I love Japan. But that's because that's kind of fast. Curious to see if these wow, I just had a stroke. If these hards would will last. Oh yeah, it's 14 laps. It'll last. And I don't think safety cars are gonna come in this lap anyways. It might. Might do one more go around. But if you're a guy like Jim just raged, you're asking for a prayer. You're asking for another safety car, even another VSC. You need all the help you can get. If he wants to make a shot. If you're a guy in the front, 11, it's just got to stay up. Just got to stay up. If a guy in front of you is slowing you down, you're going to have to get past and find a good way to get past. But, if you're a guy like Fnatic on the back end, you're going to have to really, really make those mediums last. And that's just a hold spot. He might also need a little bit of a prayer. Yeah, Clay Buckets, Fnatic, and Jim Just Rage need a prayer. I need something crazy to happen. You need a pile up in the front. Something absolutely wild. Now, do I wish upon that? No. For content, yes. But for the race, no. I don't want to see anybody go out there and die. Or go up there and pile and ruin somebody else's race. Or anybody having the race ruined in general. But I believe... don't know if safety car's coming in or not. Don't think it is. As Nubia's giving me a seizure. Watching him soar back and forth. Safety car is in this lap. I was going to go get a drink, but kind of late for that now. As Zeech is getting the field all slowed down. Down to about 40, 50 miles an hour. He's probably going to pull us for Verstappen here. There it is, and he's off. Newbie doesn't wait. Newbie makes up the gap. Keeps it even. Now he's increasing. Now, still warming up the tires in the front straight. As Bomber makes the pass to Drunken Shamrock. As the Bomber goes wide, gives up into inside spot. Drunken Shamrock passes the Bomber. Excuse me. Gave up the inside spot. Back half the field's in shambles. People fusing in and out because of connections. Got a caution. Never mind, that's just my screen being stupid. And we are back to single file. Keeping the gap under a second. And wait for the guy in front of you to make a mistake. Wow, what is happening? Ted dropped. Ted has met the wall. Excuse me. What is happening? I can't even switch camera types on him for some reason. Probably because there's no other camera. Or it broke. As Border X-Men is... oh, there might have been some contact there between Border X-Men and Ted, and he, being good sportsmanship, man, he is. Gave him a spot back. I don't know if Ted has met the wall or not. I believe he did. But he has a full front wing. Might be a light green damage there. But respect there from Border X-Men, realizing that he probably made a mistake as Newbie's sticking his nose up on the inside, going for the switchback. Hopefully gets on the gas fast enough. But Z's just dragging away. Newbie closing the gap. DRS should be... excuse me? Why is there no DRS? Or is my stuff just that messed up? Anyways. 4/10. MB Jacobson creeping on the back door. He's just going to sit around. He's going to enjoy this. Get some quality points here for the kick. Marmo's sitting half second behind him. Drunken Shamrock. The Bomber. Snoopy. John Does Work. Norm Bash. Dead Body Man. Fnatic. Fnatic? Going from 0 to hero here. If he can manage to climb up this field here. Went from 18th to 11th. Which is absolutely crazy work. That is gap. That's not what I'm looking for. Yeah. Border X-Men dropping 12 places from 4th to 16th. Absolutely brutal. Bombers up 7 places. Fnatic's up 7 places. John Does Work, hasn't left. Yeah, MB Jacobson up 4. Went from 7th to 3rd. Omarmo dropped 1. Yeah. Wow, that's... woo! Big position changes here. But, yeah. No penalties because I believe the only who had a penalty was Play Buckets. Served it on the mediums. Guys already on 2 stops as whoa, what just happened? Oh, low. Jim just raged, does not know what his brake pedal is. Luckily enough, Fanatic gets out of the way. Yeah, that was interesting. Maybe he forgot his braking zone. That was, wow, that was interesting. I need to change that back to 1 and 2, slowly pulling away. Abby Jacobson, 1.3 behind, which is a brutal gap to deal with. But he doesn't have to worry about dirty air, so he can be a little more aggressive here. Omarmo on his back door, Drunken Chair watching. As Bomber 1.5 behind them. Back half field, Snoopy and John does work following the Bomber. Norm Bash leading the group of 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So here's where we see our split groups. Where one guy just doesn't seem to be able to keep up. Holds up a couple groups. No, I'm not saying the guys who are in that spot right now are the guys that hold people up. But just, you know, maybe one mistake. You know, like I said, it's all about being consistent. As Newbie, yeah, he's creeping. Seeing him in the side mirror. On the side panel. Keeping it clean. Oh my gosh. Switchback. Does he get a good enough leap? I think he was too high of a gear. DRS open, battery open. Keeping it tight on the wall. God, this is beautiful racing by the front too. As Newbie's based out of battery. Each has about 40. Sixing up his inside. Side by side, wheel to wheel. Gets a better exit. Maybe switches him again. Doesn't get the switch off. Climbs back up. And now we're just keeping 3/10 even gap. That's a hell of a view. Wish I had that view. Know how much people love to see about how many laps your tires around. Hopefully Marmo's saving his up. I mean, it's only 1 lap, but still. So 15 lap hards, 16 if you're a Omarmo. This could be find out who keeps tires alive. As Border X-Men does complete a pass on Ted. That respect. Oh, looks like maybe Ted had an oopsie. Round pants moment. Clay Buckets, his 9-lap mediums, maybe kicking him into the curb finally. Jim just raised on 5-lap hards. Or, excuse me, not hards, softs. Keeping it together. Ooh, almost goes to the back wing. If he keeps braking like that, it might not be very much longer. As JDW closing the gap on Bomber. Doesn't go for the move. Smart idea. Does lick a little bit of the wing as the Bomber does have a little bit of a kick out. Fanatic making a climb again. Dead body man. 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10. Just not confident with those tires. Testarossa looking in on Jim just raged. Playing back. 80% battery. A lot of these guys have battery to burn. Back to the front half of the field. Omarmo has closed the gap back up again. Now 1 through 5 are all connected. If Omarmo can keep it up under a 10th. If he gets it under the DRS zone. Looks like he will. Or no, not yet. Maybe. Yep, he does. Ooh, that might have been track limits. Not going to judge. I've done it more than that. DRS open, battery open. Hoping to get towed along. Emily Jacobson, same way. Drunken Chairmark, same way. Snoopy, the gap's a little too big. Fanatic, look at that. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Fnatic is making a run of the century as Testarossa does complete the pass on Jim Just Rage. Looking for Dead Body Man at the same time. Gets them both done. And gets a great entrance into turn 1. Don't think we'll see any whiplash back from Jim Just Rage. Fully expect Testarossa and Fnatic to do what they do best. Slowly start climbing the field. Eventually, Fnatic's tires are going to die. Testarossa will get the best of him. Hopefully, tow him back along. As Testarossa is 0.014 faster than his fastest lap. His, 1 and 2 have increased that gap to third place. Omarmo. Abby Jacobson knocking on the back door again. Not looking like too much going on here. Had a lot of action early, a lot of position changes early, a couple singular safety car and a virtual safety car. Keeping the field pretty nice. As Newbie does complete the pass on Zeech. Of course, I miss it. I look away for 2 seconds and I miss it. As Newbie looks like he's in full prime season form. As Zeech peeking again at the door, side by side. Look at this. This is beautiful. Completes the pass on the outside. Wow. What a thing of beauty by these two. Couldn't draw it any better. As Testarossa, 1/10, singular 10th, was in on the nose, or on the back end of Fnatic. Doesn't seem to fully go on with it. He gets a good exit here. As Norbash makes a pass and John does work. John doesn't. He's like, yeah, I'll let him by. I'll just tow off you. Not worried about it. Testarossa side by side again with Fnatic. At this point, when's the point you just let him go? And just be like, alright, I'll just tow off you. I mean, it's dirty air. 1 DRS zone. But Testarossa is just so much faster on a much better tire. Wow. I could be mistaken. Fnatic must be running a heck of a setup to be that fast on the straight. I mean, I understand he was using battery, but holy. As Fnatic is going to run out of battery here. Jim Just Rage got a speeding. Ooh. That's a kick in the nuts. As John does work, completes pass on Norbash. As Jim Just Rage switches from softs to sauce. Yeah. Yeah, I did not stutter, folks. Softs to softs. Now we're waiting. Testarossa looking in again on Fnatic. Sticks his nose on the inside, tire to tire. I wouldn't say that was his, but definitely wasn't alongside enough, in my opinion. Drunken Chairman with a 3 second. But still, he could have stuck with it and interlocked tires and just ended both of you, but got out of it. As MB Jacobson is creeping in on Omarmo. See if he gets a good exit here in the chicane. Maybe he can make a move happen. If I was him, I'd dump the battery right now. Open the DRS. Because Omarmo doesn't have DRS. Should be enough. Yep. Omarmo's blinking, letting him know, hey, I'm not going to fight it. Hopefully these guys keep helping each other every other lap. Hopefully they can crawl back into the top 2 as Fnatic drop 2 places. Oh, he's coming in the pit. Expect a pair of softs or another pair of mediums. Hopefully softs. That'd be the smarter choice. Maybe, yeah, there's a pair of softs. Would you look at that? As Jim Just Rage is going to get out, I believe, in front of Fnatic. Which he does. Curious to see what those two can make up in the matter of 5 laps. But everybody else, 1 through 13, is on 10 lap hards, except for Omarmo, who's on 11. Which is alright. Zeech looks like he's trying to increase the gap. Which, if I was the front two, I'd be trying to help toe off each other. If I was 3 and 4, I'd try to also help each other. It's better to turn it into a 1v1 instead of a 1v4. But it doesn't look like, looks like Omarmo's just waiting, just being patient. Not trying to do too much, not trying to do too little. Maybe closing the gap again. See if he can keep it on track this time. Not the best line through the first corner. Other than that, the field is now spread out, other than Testarossa and Dead Body Man. And Omarmo in the front four. As Jim Just Rage set a 130.7. That'll help. If you set down times like that for the next 4 laps, probably has a chance to crawl and grab some points. But yeah, no, we are waiting around. 4 laps to go. Hopefully Zeech doesn't have the same thing that happened to him last week and have a brown pants moment. Code brown. Other than that, looking pretty good. Pretty modest racing. Nobody really killed anybody. Absolutely ended their race, but a little bit of persuasion to end a couple races. Or a couple drivers' race. It looks like Snoopy's struggling to keep up with Zeech. Seems like he has no battery when it comes to that DRS zone, and Zeech has still managed to keep that, stay up front, take the first position. Yeah, there's no action. I mean, Testarossa keeps coming in on Body Man. Doesn't seem to fully complete. Well, let's check in. See who he has been. I forget, that's not the right one. Here's your penalties. Jim Just Rage with a 10 second. Drunken Chairman with a 3 second. Here's your pit stops. A lot of people have only done a 1 stop. A couple have done two. And if you're Fnatic, well, screw it. Do 3. Position change. Biggest winner so far is the Bomber. 6 positions, going from 13th to 7, which goes from no points to like 8, I think 8 points, something like that. Lots of points there for him. Dead Body Man Testarossa with 4 apiece. Border X-Men dropped 8. Brutal. And MB Jacobson with 4. Drunken Sherlock with 4. Dead Body Man Testarossa also with 4. And then Fnatic with 4. Fnatic still has time to... oh, looks like he's about to do it right now, actually. Fnatic has a chance here to do... Testarossa does get that pass in Dead Body Man. Finally. Only took him 2 laps. But Fnatic and Jim Just Rage both on the softs. Fnatic did not get the best exit there. He's got the battery open. He's got the DRS. Get a little closer. There you go. I would have stayed behind him a little longer. Alright. Maybe they'll just play for a while and or wait for him to do something like that and get him side by side. Switch him. Switch back. Doesn't get it done, but he's almost there. As Omarmo 4/10 again. Anyways, that's everything there. Let's go back to tires. Really wish they had more like spectator settings where I could switch to like front wing, rear wing, maybe side pod. Because obviously there's a TV pod, most obvious one. But I feel like they could be a little more creative. I feel like there's better camera views in other areas. You know what? Just give me a camera that just floats in the middle of the track, and that way I can just pan to people. That'd be pretty sick. That would be pretty sick, but there's yeah, 2 laps to go. Oh yeah. Oh, I can't stop yawning. Yeah, so this looks like this could be how it finishes, unless Dead Body Man does make a pass on Testarossa. Jim's Rage is going to lose his spot. Lose probably 3 spots, regardless of what happens here. Because of that 10-second penalty. No point in serving it now, anyways. Honestly, it's better to just not serve a 10-second penalty. Because 20-second for a normal pit stop, around 20. As a newbie takes a 3-second penalty, that's, wow. That'll drop him from 2nd to 5th, unless he increases that gap. Or 2nd to 4th, excuse me. Big kick in the nuts. But 2 laps to go. No safety cars left. MB Jacobson, well, newbie had a... I don't know what happened there, but somebody is... Clay Bucket's not facing the correct direction. But yeah, MB Jacobson looking to make... MB Jacobson can go from 4th to 2nd. If he can make his pass. Newbie's basically locked at 4th unless he has another incident. Dead Body Man could go up his position. Fanatic dropped out. Wow, I don't know what I'm watching. Wow, somebody. Whoa, what is happening? Border X-Man hitting. Why? Ah, front wing. I see. Don't know if that's intentional front wing or not, but regardless. I would have just stuck it out. 1 lap. Wouldn't have been too bad. But yeah, we'll see if MB Jacobson can make a pass, get up to 2nd. We'll see if Dead Body Man can also get the pass in Testarossa, which doesn't look like it. But leaders coming across the line. They're about to here. It's going to be Snoopy, Marmo, MB Jacobson, Newbie, Drunken Shamrock ending the top 5. What just happened? Oh yeah, the Drunken had a penalty. I forgot about that. Bomber's coming in next. Big gap. JDW, Norm Bash, Dead Body Man, Testarossa. Jim just raged. Which I believe... Ooh. Jim just raged will drop out of points because I believe he still has a penalty. 10-second penalty. Yep, there it is. 10-second penalty. Yep, there it goes. Fanatic. Fanatic went from 18th to 12th. Big race by him. 1 singular point. Hey, point's a point. Helps out his teammate Newbie. Clay Buckets. And Border X-Men will be rounding us out once he crosses the line. And he does. That, ladies and gentlemen, is Japan in Tier 2. Maybe. Race winner is Zeech. Fast lap, Jim Just Rage. Driver of the day, the Bomber. And the most overtakes. And the cleanest driver, Dead Body Man. So here is your top. Here's your top 10. 25 points by Zeech. Big points. Zeech, Omarmo, MB Jacobson, Newbie, Snoopy, Drunken, The Bomber, JDW, Normbash, Dead Body Man, Testarossa, Fanatic, Ted, Jim Just Raged, Clay Buckets, Border X-Men, Striker, and Sean Tilla. Yeah, so that'll increase the gap for Zeech on the kick, as you can tell. So yeah, Zeech with another 25 points. He'll be up to 145. And another 25. Be 165 as constructors and 145 as a single, which is crazy work if you ask me. That is absolute crazy by Zeech. Great race overall. Next week I believe I forget where we were next week. Bahrain. Yeah. Bahrain. No comments about that track. Other than I'm just not a fan. But we got Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Singapore, and the back-to-back USA, Miami, and Austin, Texas. Great way to end off the season, in my opinion. But anyways, that is it for today. I will catch you all.